Okay, mic's on. Hey y'all, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome back. Today is day 7. We're talking about feminine embodiment. Are y'all ready? Are y'all excited? Are y'all happy to be here? Happy Juneteenth. Hey Shorty Lynn. I'm just getting ready. I got my notes ready. I got some coffee. Trying to comb my hair and look camera ready. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. Happy Juneteenth. Hopefully you have the day off today. I only have the day off because the client that I work for day off. But happy Juneteenth, whatever that's worth. Welcome in. Hello, LaSherry. I think LaCheryl. LaCheryl. Hello, LaCheryl. Welcome. Welcome on in, ladies. We're gonna get started in just a second. Welcome to day 7. We're gonna talk about divine feminine embodiment. We're gonna put the cherry on the top of the cake that we've been baking for 7 days. We're going to step into a new field today. We're going to step into a new portal today. We're going to step into a new life on planet Earth today. Are y'all ready? Are y'all excited? Have y'all been doing your work? I brought out straight hair for y'all today and everything. Everything. Put on a bra today. Everything. Are y'all ready to do the work today? Let's get to it today. I'm going to have a great day today. Shorty Lynn, hello. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Happy to be here, y'all. Okay. So let me get my notes ready. Camera ready enough. I think this is okay. Hey, Tarika, good afternoon. It's still morning here in California, but welcome. I'm going to do this. I need y'all, okay, let me know. I'm going to put my microphone right here. It's not weird, but I don't want to carry it around because I want to be able to use my hands today. Can y'all hear me fine with my microphone right there? Put in the comments. Can y'all hear me fine like this? Does this work? And let me look at my notes. Oh, spoiled vixen, I'm here. Oh, you know what? Let me tag. My God, now I forgot to freaking make baby cakes because she was the one who really. Okay, good. You can hear me. Okay. How can I tag baby cakes? Because she really wanted to make sure she was here, and I don't. I think maybe she. Oh, why don't I know how to do this? Can somebody tag baby cakes for me? How do I do that? Why do I not know how to do that? La, la, la. Maybe I can invite somebody. How do I do it? I can leave a comment. Yeah, I can do that, right? That should be doable. There we go. Okay. Let me tag her because she was the one who really wanted to be here. I want to make sure I let her know that we are going live. Okay, clearly I don't know how to do that. Okay. No worries. She'll be here. All right, good. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to let that go. All right. That's done. Let me get my notes ready, y'all, and then we'll get started with day 7. Yay! Okay. All right, mic check. I'm confessing that I'm only dressed halfway. Her is baby cakes, and it's not coming up for me because I don't know what I'm doing. So if somebody can tag her, because she's the one that made us set this morning time, and I want to make sure that she's here. If y'all can try to tag her, that's great. Spoiled Vixen, I'm glad you're here. Tarika, yes. Shorty Lynn, yes. Yeah, thank you, Monet. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so today is day 7, and I have a lot of material to get through. I have, if y'all watched me do this series the first time I had a separate day where we talked about stepping into divine feminine identity. But today I want to see if I can combine them. I don't know if it's going to make today's live extra long, but I do want to talk about stepping into a new embodiment and new identity. So I cannot have my mic there, y'all. Let's get it. Maybe if I put it under my shirt. There we go. Y'all can still hear me? Hey, Victoria. Welcome. Welcome back. Yes. Okay, great. All right. So let me know if y'all can hear me fine. I'm so glad you caught the live too, Victoria. Welcome. All right, so today we're going to talk all things embodiment, all things stepping into the divine feminine. Before I get started with what I want to talk about, I want to talk about this. Hold on, someone just send me a text. Okay, that's cool. All right, no worries. Okay, so I want to talk about two things. I had a triggering moment. Remember, I told y'all to pay attention to your triggers because your triggers will show you where you're not free, and they'll show you where, if you do some digging, if you get awareness around the topic, if you seek to go deeper to understand the trigger, you will free up a lot of your energy to rise into a higher frequency. So I had this like interaction with this girl, and she was basically like, you're not even giving off divine feminine energy. And it really triggered me. I was like, why does that trigger me so much? Because, I can see in my interactions with men that I definitely do, but it really triggered me. And I'm still sitting with it, but what I got out of it is that there is a female gaze and there's a male gaze, right? Hey, I want y'all to, as we step into the work we're going to talk about today, I want you to remember this very important thing. There's a male gaze and there's a female gaze. The male gaze, the female gaze, is going to look at you like she looks at any other woman, like she observes herself, certain standards of beauty, certain expectations, whatever. But the male gaze is going to look at you from a very different perspective. The male gaze is going to look at you and it's going to sense your energy, not in the same way that a woman will. So a male, because of polarity, because of the masculine feminine polarity that we talk about, the male is going to sense your energy in a different way than a woman will. It's going to be attracted to you for different reasons than a woman will. And you always need to be conscious of that. Y'all may have heard people talk about like dress for the male gaze, not for the female gaze. Today, like if we talk about this whole thing about divine feminine energy, remember divine feminine energy, why is it important? Okay, I'm bouncing around a little bit, but just hang in there. Why is it important? Why should you give a fuck? Okay, divine feminine energy, it's not about wearing dresses and being fancy and prissy and getting your nails done. That has its place. But divine feminine energy is about stepping into your spiritual advantage as a woman. Men, the masculine, they have a physical advantage in this physical world we live in. They're stronger, they're faster, they have testosterone that renews on a 24-hour cycle. So every 24 hours, the man's testosterone is getting updated and they're becoming, up top again. They're getting topped off again. Okay, so they have the advantage in the physical realm. Women, however, we have the advantage in the spiritual realm. When we can align with our divine feminine energy, when we can align with the feminine principles and learn how to become a magnet and not chase but attract things to us, that's our spiritual advantage. That is your divine feminine energy. That's why you should care. That's why you should give a fuck. Because you want to be maximizing all your power in this world. Okay? You want to be maximizing your power in the spiritual realm to attract. That is an advantage that you have. That's why you should care about divine feminine energy. So that said, there is a whole span of things we talk about, right? If this is all divine feminine energy, this part is what we're going to talk about today. This is about the dresses and the seduction and the embodiment. But all the stuff we've talked about previously is all the energy that lays the foundation for you to be radiating in your divine feminine energy. Does that make sense, y'all? I want to say that. Just a little talk about the male gaze versus the female gaze. Like, y'all may have had an experience where you come across a woman and that woman, for some reason, she keeps getting men. She stays with a fine man on her arm. She stays with a man that's obsessed with her. And she may not look all that amazing to you. You may be like, why her? She's so plain. Like, she's not that interesting. Like, why do men love her so much? It's because you're seeing her from the female gaze, but the men are seeing her from a male gaze. They're sensing her energy. All that stuff underneath, all her divine feminine energy, they're feeling that. You may not be noticing that, but they're feeling that. So as we do the work today, I want you to keep that in mind, that we're not working for the female gaze. We're not working to be more attractive um, to women per se. We're working to become more attractive with this polarity between male and female. Okay? Does it make sense what I'm trying to say? Let me read y'all's comments. We're going to get started with class in just a second. Oh, thanks for the gifts, y'all. I couldn't see them. Sometimes when I'm talking, I'm looking at my notes. I don't see the gifts, but I love gifts. I love them. I appreciate you so much. I love y'all for being here. I'm so happy that y'all are here. Today is day 7. If you're just joining us, by the way, if you're new to me, my name is Falayan. I help women with their feminine energy alignment, their life alignment, so that they can attract the life that they've been praying for. There's a life that you want to have. There's a life that you've been dreaming of. There's a life that you've been praying for. But until you learn how to get into alignment, you're never going to be able to touch those things. So I help you get into alignment so that the things that you've been wanting, you actually start to call them into your physical 3D reality. So welcome. This is a 7-day series where I'm talking about how to step out of survival mode and step into your divine feminine energy. And I'm happy you're here. Dee said, I'm happy to hear someone who really understands feminine energy. Oh, Dee, I appreciate you. Okay, so that said, let's get started. Like I said, today we're going to do a regular workshop, but before we get started, I want to talk about identity, because your new life is going to require a new identity. My story is that I spent years in survival mode. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know that was the deal, but I spent years in survival mode. And 6 months ago, my whole life came to a head. Y'all know that manifestation is my first love. I've always practiced manifestation for 10, 15 years now, and it's changed my life over and over and over again. But I came to a point about 6 months ago where all the work that I had been doing, I was hitting a wall. Okay, I was hitting a wall, and I was not able to attract the things that I was wanting to attract. I wanted to attract great love. I wanted to become more beautiful, more radiant. I wanted to attract a softer life where I didn't have to work so hard, and I, made more money, without having to work so many hours. And so Spirit gave me the message that I was out of alignment. And specifically, I was out of alignment with my divine feminine energy. And like most people, I thought divine feminine energy was about wearing dresses, wearing pink, being submissive, being super girly, and keeping my nails done. I started learning about divine feminine energy, and it completely changed my life around. 6 months later now, my life is completely different than it was, and I credit it to divine feminine energy. What I teach, the work that I do, works on, I teach around this divine feminine energy pyramid, and I'll show it to you. It's going to be backwards because it's mirrored here, but you still will be able to read it. So let me show you what I work on. Is that Shay Stew? Do we know each other? I feel like we know each other. Let me know. Is that the Shay Stew? Let me know in the chat. All right, so this is what I work on. Y'all can read this. This pyramid, at the bottom of the pyramid, is healing. We work on doing your healing. Healing is the most important work you will ever do. The work that that you need to do to step into your divine feminine energy, it's got to start with your healing at the bottom. Point blank. Don't start with heels. Don't start with nails. Don't start with even your physical beauty. Your physical beauty is going to be affected by your healing. So we start healing at the bottom. Oh my God, hey. Okay, we start with healing at the bottom. And then we move on to talking about upgrading your frequency. And lastly, we move into divine feminine energy. Changing your frequency, we talk about this polarity from fear to love. We are walking, talking, magnetic energy beings. So at any point in time, we are beep, beep, beeping this signal based on our frequency out into the universe. Maybe it's a low frequency based around fear-based emotions, fear, anger, grief, shame, guilt, living paycheck to paycheck, being in survival mode. Or maybe it's a high vibrational signal based around the emotions of love, peace, ease, joy, friendship, high frequency sex, soft life, divine feminine energy. Wherever you are on that polarity from fear to love, that signal is going out into the world, and it's attracting all things like unto it. So if it's high frequency, you're attracting high frequency relationships, high frequency friendships, high frequency money, high frequency opportunities. And if it's low frequency, you're attracting low frequency men, opportunities, money, and love. So our job with raising our frequency is to move up in that scale, so we start attracting a different kind of life. Okay. And lastly, we're going to get into today. That's what we've been doing the last 6 days. If you're just here for day one, we've been working on our healing and we've been working on changing our frequency. So today we're going to talk about the apex, the capstone of this pyramid, which is divine feminine energy. Okay. Y'all got that? Okay. So let's talk about identity. Gosh, I hate turning. Can I do this? Can y'all see me if I do this? You can. This is the positive of not carrying this microphone in my hands. I can do it like this. Okay, I think this will work. Y'all let me know if you can't hear me or see me at some point. Cool. All right. All right, so your new life requires a new identity. And that new identity is already inside you, waiting to be remembered. Okay? It's just buried. It's not even that you have to create a whole new identity. The identity that you need to step into is just buried somewhere. As you're doing the work of changing over to attract a new life, remember, let me go back. If you're here for the first day one, we talked about energetic fundamentals. We talked about things such as your life is a mirror. The 3D reality of your life, your external reality, the life that you're seeing with your eyes every day, it's only a reflection of your internal energy. That's all it is. So if you want to change your life, if you want to change the external reality that you're living in every day, the way that you change it is not by working on rearranging the external things, new gym membership, changing your eating patterns, budgeting your money. Okay, those have their place, but the way you really work on changing that external reality is changing your internal energy. That's the most important thing you need to do. It's the most powerful, it's the most potent. You want to change your internal energy. We also talked about the fact that if you want to create a new life, if you want to create a new self, if you want to step into her, if you want to get out of survival mode, if you want to step into your divine feminine energy, what you're going to have to do is first unwind all the old programming. One of the things we talked about is that your subconscious mind is controlling 95% of your reality. So 95% of the reality that you're seeing every day is controlled by the blueprint you have installed in your subconscious mind. Okay. Most likely you got that programming from the ages of 0 to 7 by the power of repetition, one of the greatest gifts given to us by the Creator to change our lives. You saw your mother, your father, your aunties, your uncles, your grandparents, your brothers, your sisters, your schooling, your culture. It all taught you how high you can go, how much love you can receive, how safe love is, how much money you can receive. It all taught you certain things that created your original programming that's causing you to live the life that you're living every day. So the energetic fundamental that I taught on day one, was we cannot install new programming without first uninstalling the old programming. You must destroy the old before they rebuild the new. So all that to say, coming back to today, day 7, you need a new identity that's aligned with your divine feminine energy. But first, you must destroy the old identity that's stuck in survival mode. So I'm going to try and put these videos up on YouTube so that y'all can go back and watch the other days when we destroy the old. But make sure you spend the time doing that work, because you do not just want to throw new programming on top of old programming just by the power of repetition, just by the power that you've had that old programming 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. It's going to be stronger, and it's always going to win out over the new programming. So you had to uninstall it before you install the new. Okay. Cool? Makes sense? Lucille, why do I have to have the wrong programming? Yeah, all of us. Because life. I know, I get it. It's annoying, but because it's your divine blueprint, and you asked for it. You knew what you were signing up for when you came onto this planet. I believe that when we are incarnated, when we're a soul, before we become birthed through our mother on this planet, right? We sit down with our creator, and the creator is like, well, this is who your mother's going to be. This is who your father's going to be. These are going to be your challenges. You can choose to do this or not. And you, because you're here, you said, I can do it. It's worth it. The experience is going to be great enough. I'm down. So even though it's freaking frustrating if you have bad programming, I had terrible programming. Most of us have terrible programming because we weren't raised with healthy divine masculine energy, healthy divine feminine energy. But you took the challenge because you knew you could do it. So you can do it. All that to say, you can do it. Okay? Caroline, I don't even know what my YouTube page is. Follow me. I will post it at some point. I have like one video up there, but I will post this stuff. Okay. Caroline, I hear you. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy work, but it's totally worth it. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about programming, and then I'm going to get into today's lesson. We're going to talk about like the differences between a woman in her survival mode identity versus a woman in her divine feminine identity. Okay, so to start us off, your survival mode identity might be being the strong one. How many of y'all are the strong one for your life? You're the rock for your family. You're the rock for your kids. You're the rock for a man. But how many of you have an identity of being the strong one? Yeah. Yeah. Or being the only one. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of us, when we're stuck in our survival mode patterns, we have the identity. We're used to being the strong one. And a lot of us even are proud of being the strong one. I'm here to help you knock that down. You don't want to be the strong one. You want to be the one who life gives everything to. You don't want to be the strong one. But that's how we got started. Other parts of your survival mode identity, you being stuck in your masculine. I'll go back to this. Those of y'all have been here for a couple days, you're like, damn, she's gonna say this again. Yeah, because you need to get it. You need to get it. Okay. Polarity. Okay, we talked about polarity from fear to love. Other polarity, masculine to feminine. When you are not raised around healthy, divine masculine energy, your feminine energy will naturally overcompensate for that lack of healthy, divine masculine energy, and you will drift over and become more masculine because your life will always maintain polarity unconsciously by divine law. So when you do not have that strong divine masculine force in your life, consciousness, in your consciousness, you're going to become more masculine, and you're going to be covered with what I call masculine armor. That masculine armor keeps you having to make everything happen in your life, having to be the strong one, having to force things to happen, having to make things to happen, being the rock for your family, being the provider, protector, leader for your family. You are supposed to be over here balanced in your divine feminine, and you are protected, you are provided for, you are led. But if you are not in your feminine energy, you are the protector, you're the provider, you are the leader for your own life. And it shouldn't be like that. And our goal is to what? Help you get out of that polarity, back over here rested and rooted in your divine feminine energy. We talked about this yesterday, day 6. So when I do finally get around to uploading these to YouTube, if you want to learn more about how to get out of that mismatched polarity, watch day 6. Okay? Okay, so other parts of your survival identity, you're the problem solver. Maybe you're the money, maybe you're the bank for your family. And these are the consequences. You become invisible. 6 months ago, this is how I felt. I was fucking visible. I wanted love. I wanted like good love, like not just breadcrumbs love, but I wanted good love. Like I wanted to be worshipped. I wanted to be adored. I wanted to be seen as a goddess. And with men, that's with men, but I also wanted like really great friendships. I wanted to be really seen and adored in female relationships, in my friendships. And by doing this work, if y'all haven't heard my story, completely changed a life. Like the guy in my life now worships the ground I walk on. Like he sees me. He loves all the parts that I used to think were not good enough. And my friendships have improved, and it's just amazing. So all that to say, when you're stuck in your masculine armor, you become invisible. You're invisible. It's like you've got like a covering, a shroud over you. You're invisible to great men. You're invisible to great friendships. You're invisible to opportunities. You're invisible to better money. Okay, you're invisible because you're out of your natural order, which is over here in your divine feminine. Another consequence of being stuck in your masculine energy, living in that survival identity, you're unchosen. How many people feel like they just want to be chosen? Like the feeling. How many people know the feeling of like really being chosen, like or want to be really chosen? When you're stuck over here in your masculine energy, you remain unchosen by life. It's not just relationships. It's not just men. It's women. It's money. It's opportunities. It's a softer life. You remain unchosen. Okay. All right. So our goal again is to get into our divine feminine identity. What are some of the ways that divine feminine identity shows up and feels? Being adored. When you get aligned in your divine feminine energy, and you don't even have to go all the way. As I worked on, like I said, 6 months ago, I was here and I hated it and I didn't know what was going on. But I started to work on my divine feminine energy. Let's say here, say this is 3 months. 3 months is when the things really started showing up. Life started to adore me. Men started to adore me. You know, my story, I had a lot of insecurities. I was afraid. I was like, I'm too fat for like high quality men to like me, to choose me. Um, am I going to be trapped with Dusties my whole life? And great men started to show up for me and adore me and care for me. Random strangers started to adore me. Opportunities started to adore me. Work started to adore me. When you're living or moving towards your divine feminine energy, you will become adored by life. Another one, I can't do this. Put it back here. Aligned action from peace. You're going to notice that you have to exert a lot less force or pressure in life to get better results. Okay. You're going to be, the actions that you're going to be doing are going to feel aligned and not hard and heavy and like, ugh, like I have to push so hard. You're going to be able to do things with a lighter touch, a more beautiful touch, and things just sort of happen. Just sort of come. Okay. Is this making sense, y'all? I'm gonna call you Unicorn. Unicorn said, but what does the work look like? How does the transition happen? Wonderful question. Today is day 7. I've been talking about this for today, day 7. We're going to talk about the apex, the capstone of the work today. But when I put these on YouTube, go back and watch because I talk all about what the work looks like. Okay. Ken and Kinsey said, is this why I usually attract feminine men? Absolutely. Yes, that polarity. Oh, thanks for the gifts. Y'all know I love gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That polarity, when you are over here, if you're balanced in your divine feminine, you are going to naturally, by the power of polarity, attract divine masculine men. Okay? If you're over here in your feminine, you're going to attract more masculine men. And if you're over here in your masculine energy, healthy masculine energy wants to penetrate healthy feminine energy. Think of it like that. But if you feel like masculine energy, divine masculine energy does not want to penetrate you. Feminine men want to penetrate you. So yes, if you're stuck in your masculine, that's why you're attracting feminine men. Let me know if that makes sense. Private Pack said, how do you get life to adore you? You just do the work. Just do the work. Remember, it takes 21 days to change a habit, and it takes 90 days to change a paradigm. So if you do the work, you're consistent, use the power of repetition, in just as little as 90 days, you can completely rewire your energy field so you're attracting a very different quality of life. Tarika, I'm glad. Private Packs, I'm glad you're here though. Okay, good. Okay, did I get everyone's comments? I'm gonna keep going. Oh, hi, Goddess Monroe. Good morning. Queen Me Hope had children by feminine type men, mask is masculine, left with two babies and no masculine. Yep, yep. Story as old as time. My story as well. Um, Kate's Tolly, how do you get out of survival mode into receiving mode? This is the work I'm talking about. Watch the rest of the days, but I'm going to get into it in a second. But this is like again the pyramid that I just showed you. What we're going to talk about today, stepping into your feminine. It's the apex of the work. It's a capstone of the work. Go back when I put these on YouTube. Follow me so you know what my new YouTube is. I'll put the link in my bio when I get everything set up. And as you do the work, you're going to become magnetic again. You're going to be able to go into your receiving mode. You just need to do the work. That's all. You just need to do the work. There's a life, everyone can have a life that's so much better than the life you're having now. You just have to do the work. As I talk about, like a lot of us think that attracting better quality men, better quality of life is all about how beautiful we are or aren't, when really it's about the energy that you carry. It's not about your age, it's not about your physical beauty, it's not about anything. It's all about your energy. It's all about your energy. Beauty is just a function of life force. Okay, life force operates on the same polarity. When you're stuck in your masculine energy, what do you notice about yourself? Y'all noticed, I'm sure you did because they were all over TikTok. Remember that trend that was going around where the women were talking about, like, I'm afraid to love again because of how love treated me the first time, or my bad relationship, and they show their before and after pictures. When you're stuck in your masculine energy, you're dull, you're invisible, you're unchosen. Your life force energy is not flowing. You are drab. You look older. You don't look as beautiful. You lose your pretty. The polarity, when you're in divine feminine energy, your life force energy is flowing. When that life force energy is flowing, you're radiant. You're beautiful. You're youthful. Being youthful is not about like an age. You meet 70-year-old women youthful as fuck because they're exuding that youthful energy. It's an energy, not about an age. So when you're in your divine feminine energy, you're more beautiful, more radiant. You're full, you're effervescent, glow. Your aura is on. It's because of that life force energy is flowing because of that polarity. Okay. I gotta come back to y'all's comments. All right. Cool. Thanks for your comments, though. I love talking to y'all. I really appreciate y'all being here. Okay, so divine feminine identity, being adored, aligned action from peace, a magnetic aura, flowing life force energy, radiance, pleasure. Being, instead of being invisible and unchosen, you're radiant. You're very seen, very seen. Everyone's seeing you. You like light up. It's like, you know, um, a black sky, and you're like a star in the sky. You shine and you get chosen. After I told you in the beginning, if you were here in the beginning, I was talking about the like little run-in with that girl that I had, where she was like, "You're not even like all that divine feminine energy," and I was talking about like there's a masculine, uh, what I say, the way men look at you, and there's the way women look at you. And I was talking to the guy that I've been dating about it. He was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Oh, this girl said this." And he was telling me about like the story when we first met. And I met him at a dinner, and he was saying like, you know, dinner, and I was late because I'm usually late to these dinners. So like dinner had started, and he was like, it was just like grayscale. And then you walked in and it was like Technicolor. That's how it is when you get into divine feminine energy. Everything else, everyone else fades to gray because you come in and you're shining like a star on a black sky. Okay. So we want to get into our divine feminine energy. Yes? Okay, good. All right, so let's talk about it because damn, it's already 9:45. Oh my God. Okay. So let's talk about today's lesson. Let's get into today's lesson. Mm. Come on. I have so many notes. If I did all of these notes, we'd be here until like 6 o'clock, but we're not. All right, let's get into today's lesson. Today, day 7, embodying your divine feminine energy. The title of today's class is You Don't Attract What You Want, You Attract What You Embody. Okay? Once again, we are walking, talking, electromagnetic beings. We're radiating a frequency, high, low, high, neutral, whatever. That signal that we're putting out into the universe is beeping out into the universe, and it's attracting back to us a certain level of life. Okay? That is what you're going to get. Law of attraction only works so far. You have to be resonating with the energy of what you want to attract back. It's not enough to just make vision boards, to pray, to do affirmations. Your energetic level, your frequency, your energetic field must match the thing you're trying to attract. Okay? So you don't attract what you want. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you embody. All right. So let's do a recap real quick. Little recap and activation. I said for the past 6 days, you've cleared, released, reset, and rewired. You've cried, we've burned things down, we've destroyed old energy, we've become aware of our stuck energy, we've made space for a new being to surface. Now it's time to embody this new being in all that space that we've created to call in a new life. I said, her, that new life, that new you that you want to call in, she's not a fantasy. She's just a different version of you. Remember, at any given point in time, there are several different versions available to us depending on the energy that we are radiating. So you may be here, version A, right? And her, the one you want to step into, the one you've been praying about is version E. Version E exists. Do not think she's a fantasy. You dream about her, you pray about her, you visualize about her. If you've been doing the work we've been doing the last 6 days, you've been like doing your Pinterest board about her, you've been thinking about her a lot. She exists. She's not a fantasy. She's just a different version of you. You just have to step into a different version of your own energetic field to step into her. So let's get into the work. Alignment and embodiment. So I said, let's be honest. You've been trying to look the part, soft makeup, pretty dresses, perfume, okay? Right? That's what I thought divine feminine energy was. Pretty dresses, perfume, my hair, all this stuff. But I said the truth is, you don't attract from appearance, you attract from embodiment. You attract from the energy. You spend years in survival mode, running your household, running your business, running your kids' lives, running your man's emotions. It's made you strong, but it's made you tired. How many of you are tired from all that pushing, all that working, all that doing? How many of y'all are tired from all of that? I was 6 months ago, I was tired. I was exhausted. I was burnt out from all of that. And I really honestly wasn't getting a lot back, right? So you're strong, but you don't feel safe and you're not soft. You're stuck in your masculine armor. The woman that you want to step into, the woman you truly want to be, she's magnetic, she's adored, she's irresistible, she's unforgettable, she's deeply satisfied. She lives in her body, she trusts, she lives in safety, and she lets the universe move towards her. Doing the work we're going to work through today, you're going to meet her. Okay? So let's start with core teaching. If you have been following along, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know the base work, the groundwork, the foundational work to you stepping out of survival mode and getting into your divine feminine energy. This is for all of you who have been commenting, what's the work? What's the work? What's the work? And I'm like, go watch the YouTube videos. Take this away if you remember nothing else from me. If you don't ever hear me again, take this away. The foundational work that you need to do is learning how to regulate your nervous system and signal safety to not only your mind, but the body. Okay? Your nervous system is the most important part of your divine feminine energy. It's the root, it's the foundation. Nothing moves without that. You can wear all the pretty dresses. How many of y'all know beautiful women that still get dogged out by men, that still don't have the life that they want, that still can't attract like the worship, the adoration? It's because the beauty is not about the looks, it's about the energy. Okay? The foundation of that energy is a regulated nervous system that feels safe, that's at a state of rest. Okay, so earlier in the days, I talked to you all about some basic things to learn how to regulate your nervous system and signal safety to your nervous system. Remember, it's the most important thing is always your nervous system, followed by your emotions, followed by your thoughts and beliefs, and lastly, followed by your actions. For you to change your energy, for you to change your life, for you to step into something new, your nervous system is always going to be the most important part. I said, you will only receive what your nervous system is calibrated to hold. You can go no higher than the level of your nervous system. And remember, researchers, they did their research. 80% of the signals that are going on in your nervous system, they're coming from the body. Okay? They're coming from the body. So only 20% are about your mindset. Okay? Only 20% are about your mindset. 80% of those signals are all about the body. So you need to not only focus on embodying a new mindset that signals safety in your nervous system here, you also need to work on embodying a state in your body that signals safety to your nervous system. We do that by some basic things we talked about: doing your breath work, your walks, your affirmation practices, your morning routine, all the things we've been talking about over the last 6 days. I had something else to say. What was it? No worries. I guess it'll come back. I said, so you're only going to receive based on the capacity that your nervous system can hold. That's why affirmations don't work when you're dysregulated. How many of y'all have tried to manifest a new life from a chaotic, dysregulated nervous system that's in burnout, stress, anxiety, frustration, fear, living paycheck to paycheck? How many of y'all have tried to manifest a new life and you wonder why affirmations aren't working? Nothing's changing. You're getting the same stupid fucking life back every time. This was me 6 months ago, right? So I was like in chronic stress, anxiety, headed towards burnout. And I was like, why is it not working? All the things that I've been doing that have worked for me for the last 10 years, why are they not working? Because my nervous system was, nothing was sticking, nothing was working. It was only after I started working on my nervous system first that a new life started to come in. Okay? All right. Private packs, I'm so glad this is hitting. Yes, Queen Me Hope, my sweet. Yes. Yes, Tarika. Yes. Alina Lani. Yes. Yes. Caroline, when do I go live? Today was a different day because it's Juneteenth. Usually I go in the evenings. Alina Lani, keep watching. Your nervous system needs to be healed. Yes. Okay. So, that's why you can say, I'm a queen, I'm a goddess all day long, but you're still going to be attracting breadcrumbs until you work on your nervous system. And again, if you're just joining us, we rewire our nervous system through breath, through ritual, through movement, through my subconscious mind practices that I teach, through self-devotion and repetition. BT Dubs, by the way, if y'all are new here, I am teaching a class, a workshop next Thursday. It's a paid class. The title of the class is How to Rewire Your Nervous System for Safety so that you can step out of survival mode and into your divine feminine energy. It's only $99. I only have 20 seats. It's next Thursday at like 5 PST. If y'all are interested in going further with this nervous system work, link is in my bio. If not, just follow along. You can practice the things that I teach you. If you can't attend the class, they will help you very much if you do the work with consistency and with repetition. Okay? All right, so radiance. Okay, so that's a bit about nervous system. Let's talk about radiance next. I said your radiance is your magnetic field. Remember I said that your beauty, how magnetic you are, how radiant you are, it's not really a function of like your physical beauty. It's a function of the life force energy that's flowing through your field, the high frequency energy that you're radiating when you put that signal out into the universe. Okay, so your radiance, it's your magnetic field. Radiance is not beauty. Radiance is self-trust in the body. Again, radiance is coming from that healed nervous system. It's coming from that regulated nervous system. It's coming from that sense of safety in the body and in the mindset that's causing the signal that you're putting out into the world to be clear and to be whole and to be true and to just like that star on the black sky. That comes, that radiance, that comes from a healed, safe nervous system. So I said it's emotional safety. It's also joy. It's pleasure. It's boundaries. It's living in devotion to yourself. Radiance is what happens when a woman is well loved. But here's the thing. Radiance is what happens when a woman is well loved by herself first. Okay? The love that you want to attract, you have to be that love to yourself first. The love that you want to attract, you have to be that love to yourself. Self-love will prime the pump of all the other love that you get out in the world. Whether that love is coming from women, it's coming from men, it's coming from work, it's coming from career. That self-love is the priming of the pump. Y'all know what priming of the pump means, right? I think everyone knows what that means, right? You have to put it in before you get something out. So radiance is what happens when a woman is well loved by herself first. The deal is when we've been stuck in survival mode, when we're stuck over here in survival mode and stuck in our masculine energy and covered up with all that masculine armor, ugh, I need a third desk right here. And we're not in our divine feminine energy. You're running on fumes, right? You're running on survival mode. You're not running on love. When you move over here and you're running on love, you're radiant, you're beautiful, you're magnetic, you're attractive. Yeah. I could talk about, I'm trying to like keep it short because I've already been on here a freaking hour. I could talk about this stuff all day. This is my favorite stuff to talk about, favorite thing to teach about, but I'm trying to not go on forever. Okay, so let's move on. Next section is about aura and standards. I said your aura speaks before your mouth does. Your aura speaks before your beauty does. Okay? Again, a lot of us think that attraction, attracting men or attracting life or seducing men or seducing life is mostly about your beauty. Your beauty is a part of it, but most of it is about that aura. That aura shines before you even walk into the room. That aura is felt before you say one word. That aura is the foundation of your beauty, once again, and it rests on a foundation of a nervous system that resonates to safety. So your aura speaks before your mouth opens. It tells the world, this is what I accept, this is what I expect, this is who I am. So you are already coded with your own boundaries and your own standards and your own expectations. People can read that stuff off of your aura just like you had a sign on your forehead. So a lot of us think that we can bypass the work, right? To get into our feminine energy by just walking around, get our nails done, wear pretty dresses, and wear pink and be submissive and bubbly all the time. When in fact, even if you've done all that work, if you've done all those things and you are like a much more beautiful woman on the outside, if you're still walking around with a dysregulated nervous system, if you're still walking around with a low self-worth, if you're still walking around with no boundaries, no standards, not believing yourself, not having yourself on the pedestal of your life, people can read that like a sign, like a sticky on your forehead. And that's why you keep attracting the same results that you don't want to be having. Okay? Does that make sense, y'all? Thanks, Tarika. I'm gonna call you Planet. Planet said, how can we become her when you're in an environment that is constantly triggering your unhealed self? You gotta, when I post these classes, go back and watch them. They're triggering your unhealed self because you're unhealed. You gotta heal. Remember this pyramid of divine feminine energy healing. Healing is a foundation. Then you work on changing your frequency, and only after then should you be stepping into your divine feminine energy. You're unhealed. That's why you keep getting triggered, and that's why you're also stuck to that environment, right? So your signal, if you're unhealed, you are radiating and resonating with these lower vibrational emotions and stuff. So your signal is going out into the world, beep, 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 and it's beep, beep, beeping back an environment that matches it, people that match it. So when you do your healing work, when you raise up, you're no longer going to be resonant with that environment. You're no longer going to be resonating with those people, and they will fall out of your life. You will magically attract a new living situation, new people. This work is foundational to divine technology of us as human beings. You just put in the inputs, you just do the work, and reality is going to reflect, right? Remember, our internal energy creates our external reality. If you want to change your external reality, change your inner energy. So you work on your healing. Long story short. Hi, I am Duality. Private packs. I wish mom knew this before I know, I wish my mom knew this too. But guess what? You're going to know this, and you're going to teach your nieces and nephews and children. So the planet will be different. Y'all, we are in the age of the awakening of the divine feminine. We are in the age of Aquarius. The things that I teach is knowledge acquired over 10, 15 years. Why? Because it's time for the planet to shift. This is not just about you shifting into a better reality. That's very important. You want a higher reality where you are aligning your divine feminine energy and you're attracting life on a new level, and it's amazing. That's great. It is great. Trust me. It's lovely being on this side. But that's not it. The planet needs to shift. It's time for the planet to shift. As you do your work, as you do your healing, as you raise up in frequency, as you become more rooted in your divine feminine energy, so does your mother. So does your father. So do your children. So does your neighborhood. So does your culture. And the whole planet rises. It's time for the whole planet to rise. So do this work because you want a better life. You want to be out of survival mode. You want a softer life. Go ahead and get that. But also remember, the planet also needs you to do your work because the planet needs you to rise. Okay? So yeah, even though your mom didn't teach you, even though my mom didn't teach me, we're teaching each other, and the planet is going to be so much better because of that. Loyalty 100, you can't wait to get to that side. I know. And yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm so glad. I'm so glad y'all are here. Good. Okay. So let's keep going. So aura and standards. I said yesterday we talked about standards and boundaries. Standards are not rules. Boundaries are not rules. They're what keep you out of low vibrational experiences. Your standards and your boundaries will keep you safe from low vibrational experiences, people, everything. Your aura is not something you perform, it's something you become through doing the work. And okay, so then a little bit about aura and standards. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm rushing a little bit, just so I've been on here forever. I want you to tell the universe, okay, I am no longer available for small, rushed, or disrespectful energy. Only the best. Okay? So on the subject of aura, boundaries, and standards, I want you to tell the universe, take a second, make a declaration like, I am no longer available for bullshit. I'm no longer available for disrespectful energy. I'm no longer available for that does not honor me. I'm no longer available for that which is small. Only the best. As you move forward in your life, I want you to capture this. Like, go back and do the other work, but I want you to remember this. Only the best. Only the best. I had a bad habit, a long history of accepting breadcrumbs from people, not just in male relationships, female relationships, work, whatever. No more. Don't do that anymore. You are a goddess. Maybe you're a goddess in the making. You're becoming her. You're an amazing woman that's only deserving of that which is good, that which is righteous, that which um, honors you and respects you and sees the greatness in you. Anything beneath that, you don't have time for that. Don't give them your energy. Don't give them your sex. Don't give them your time. Pay them dust. Okay? Only the best. All right. So that said, let's keep going. I said boundaries and standards. They are divine protection for your softness. All the work that you're doing to raise up in frequency, to emit a new signal into the field, to change your energetic field, you need to protect that. Okay? A goddess protects your energy. Everyone doesn't deserve it. So the boundaries and the standards protect that new energy. They keep it safe, keeps it soft. Without boundaries, your softness turns into resentment. I promise you, if you don't protect your energy, all that goodness, all that moving out of your masculine and into your divine feminine energy, if you don't protect that energy, is going to turn into resentment, which you're going to have to go back and heal. So just head the work off, protect it, keep it away from people that don't deserve it. Okay, let's keep going. We can't be here all day. Okay, lastly, I just said, I want you to think of them like a beautiful fence around your garden. Without them, your flowers get trampled. Without them, your energy depletes. Okay? We don't want to do that. All right, so we've talked about identity. We've touched on identity. We've touched on your nervous system. We've touched on your boundaries. We've touched on your aura, your standards. Now let's talk about seduction. Okay, and remember, this work, you need to be doing all the other work first. Don't be trying to seduce men and you're still in your unhealed state. You're still on low frequency setting. You're still beeping a signal that says bullshit out into the universe, because you're going to be attracting men that don't deserve your power. So do the other work. That said, let's talk about seduction. So, seduction. Let me read some comments. Now I have to pee. Oh, God. Okay, Queen Me Hope said, this is so good. Thank you. I'm glad I came across your live at the right time. I'm so glad you're here. So glad you're here. Yes, loyalty 100 is levels to this. Exactly. Devora said, that resentment causes me to be destructive. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's causing, the signal that you're putting out is attracting the people that are making you resentful. So that's already destructive. And then it's like a double-edged sword, because it comes back, you feel resentful, you got to heal that all again. Yeah, it's a bad cycle. So just get out of the cycle. Do your healing work first. Yes, Cece. Yes, Tarika. User, blah, 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 blah. Pay attention. Follow me for more. I'm going to put these on YouTube. So when I do, go back and watch the other ones. You get the steps. Sour Patch Key said, yes, thank you for your conversation and time. Needed to hear this at this moment. Glad. So glad to hear it, y'all. All right. So all that said, we've done our work, right? We worked on our healing. We worked on taking an energetic inventory of our energetic field. We worked on identifying our blocks, our patterns, our triggers, our stuck energy. We worked on clearing the clutter out of our physical environment. We worked on clearing the energetic clutter out of our energetic field. And then we worked on putting new stuff in. We worked on to aligning with a new frequency. And now we're here. Okay, imagine you've done all that work. Now we're here. Let's talk about seduction. I talk a lot about relationships with men, not because I have men on a pedestal. I have myself on the pedestal, but relationships with men was an important thing that I wanted to call in. And so it's a conversational point that I talk about a lot. When you do this work, you need to discern men. I talk about men a lot just because it's it was a way that I saw my energy shift. And it's a good way to talk about conversations because so many of us women, we want love, whether you're willing to admit that or not. I am still embarrassed to admit that was one of the main things that I wanted. And you may be embarrassed to admit that's one of the main things that you want, but it was one of the main things that I wanted. So I talk about it. But that said, you need to decenter men from your life. They are not the end all, be all. They are not the point. You're the point. Before we talk about seduction, I want you to orient yourself in your life correctly. Okay? There's your life, all these pieces. There's a pedestal in your life. Only one thing can sit on that pedestal. Most of you have a man on the pedestal, you've got marriage on a pedestal, you've got sex, big dick on a pedestal, you've got kids, your kids on the pedestal, you've got maybe work on the pedestal. The only person that's supposed to be on this pedestal is you. That's divine law, that's divine order. Remember, order is the first law of the universe. That's why your nervous system safety is so important, because that is a truest signal of order in your being, right? You're supposed to be on the pedestal and nobody else, right? Yeah, we crave men. I was, like I said, I was the same. But you're the only one that's supposed to be here. When you are not in this seat, all your energy's fucked up because you're out of divine order. You're out of divine law. You're over here in your masculine. You're the only person allowed to be in this seat. When you're sitting on the pedestal of your life, you are the sun of your own universe. You're the main character. You're the most important being. I know you love your kids, but your kids they belong down here. Okay? That doesn't mean you don't treat your kids very well, love them very well, give them everything they deserve. You still do that. Nevertheless, you here, everyone else down here. Y'all got that? Okay? So, you being on the pedestal of your life, that means you've decentered men. You can have a healthy, happy, wonderful relationship with a man. You can be in the happiest marriage and still have decentered men. You can be a nun and never touch a man and decentered men. Decentering men just means they're not the center of your reality any longer. You are the center of your reality. You're the only one that's supposed to be the center of your reality. You and God. That's implied. God is always implied. Okay? So you here, everyone else down here. That's the first thing. Seduction is about a frequency. It's about an energy. It's about a stance. Okay? Y'all know, like me, my insecurity was like, I'm too fat to attract high quality men. And by not losing weight and then attracting high quality men, I realized, oh my God, it wasn't about my weight. It was about my energy. What changed in my energy that made me seductive? And I become very seductive. I can seduce a man through my energy. These are the qualities that it's made out of. Okay. Once again, after you've done your healing work and you've worked on your frequency, seductive energy is playful. Okay. It's very playful. It's by contrast, being stuck in your masculine energy, heavy with all that masculine armor, it's not playful. It's super serious. How many of y'all are super serious, super heavy? You've got all this, the weight of responsibility. How many of y'all have that experience? This was me 6 months ago. Heavy, super serious, not relaxing all the time, not having fun all the time. This was me. Okay. Yeah, this is most of us. But by contrast, seductive energy, you being your divine feminine energy, it's a playful energy. It's lighthearted. It is detached. Divine feminine energy in her seduction says, I can leave you or take you. Another you will come along, whatever. If you don't give me what I want, you can go, you can stay and give me what I want. I'm detached. Okay? Detached energy says, whether it's this or something else, it's going to be great. So it could be this man, he could leave, he could stay. No matter what, I'm going to get what I want. So it's a healthy detachment. Does that make sense to everybody? Devorah said she doesn't play with nothing. She's so serious. Yes. This was me. Yeah. That energy that's detached and it's playful and warm. Okay, so I apologize if I'm all over the place, but okay, so higher quality men, you know, I really never, not never, rarely dated Dustys. I would say I dated men that were probably in the middle, right? They made enough money or like, you know, but more than average, but like I still was getting breadcrumbed. I still was not getting the love that I deserved. I still was having to fight for love, right? Higher quality men coming up here are more successful. They have a bit more money. But more importantly, they get me and see me, and there's worship, and there's adoration, and there's great dates and provision. Those kind of men that I've noticed, this is just my experience. Okay, I'm just one person. I just teach what worked for me. I just teach what I know. So don't take what I say as gospel. I'm just teaching what I know and my experience. So what I noticed about these higher quality men is that um, they're generally pretty successful. And so they are used to super serious work all the time. They're busy all the time. They don't get a lot of lighthearted energy. They don't get a lot of play. They don't, when I play, I mean playful energy. They don't get a lot of flow state energy. You know, like their lives are a lot about work and being serious and everything. So when you can step in and you've done your healing and you're high frequency and you're playful and you're fun and you're detached, it's like lighting a match to gasoline. They're like, that's that seduction, that's that attraction with them. Let me know if this is making sense to y'all, okay? Um, Another part of it I've noticed is warmth. When you're over here in your masculine energy, you are cold. You feel cold. You may feel warm on the inside, but to men, you feel cold. Okay? You feel cold. That's that hard, serious, heavy. You feel cold. Your energy feels cold. When you can relax in your energy and be more aligned with the divine feminine energy, you're naturally more warm. There's just like innate warmth about you that men don't get very much of, and they latch onto it. So another part of that seductive energy is that warmth. It's real warmth. It's like, I guess as I grew, as I became more aligned, and I have plenty more ways to go with my divine feminine energy, but as I became more aligned with my divine feminine energy, I became warmer because my nervous system wasn't stressed out all the time. I wasn't stuck in survival mode all the time. I had a lot more trust uh, in my system. And so I was able to relax and not be so serious. And so I was warmer in the moment. And I noticed that they really latched onto that. They really loved that. They really gravitated to that. Okay. Is this making sense, y'all? I'm just like riffing. I'm not even looking at my notes. Let me know if this is landing, if this is making sense. CC, they love our energy. They do. Let me tell you about men and their energy. Ishel said, yes, my son's dad works in finance and he has to remind me to relax and let go around him. Yeah, they love that. They love that. Okay, good. It's making a lot of sense. Okay, good. I was going to say, wait, let me remind myself. What was I about to say? Oh, our energy. Devorah, most definitely, I've noticed that when I'm in my feminine energy, I'm hot. Yes, you're hot. Yeah, they love that. Again, like I was saying, like it's not about your weight, it's not about your age, it's not about so much about your physical beauty. Like, we'll make a quick note today that of course you're going to work on your presentation, of course you're going to work on your scent and your physical beauty and accenting your curves and all that stuff, but mostly it's about this energy. Why? Because it's so rare. It's so rare, especially in this day where most women are stuck in their masculine energy. Most women are drowning in responsibility and heaviness and raising their kids alone and having men that don't support them in their lives and having, not having a great father figure. So they don't know what healthy divine masculine energy feels like. So many of us are drowning in the weight of our masculine armor that when men see a woman that's over here, she's like a rare flower, and he's just got to have some. That's like, I guess that's it at its foundation with seduction. Another thing about seduction is when you're playful and warm and detached, and you're like, he could stay or go, whatever. You are able to do this, which is I've noticed was also seductive. You're able to play with time and pressure. Okay, so what do I mean by that? The guy that I've been dating, he was obsessed. And because I was detached, before I used to be hung up on text, like text back right away, or I would be watching my phone all day waiting for him to be detached. I was very needy. I was very clingy. I was very desperate even. I wouldn't say I was desperate, but y'all get what I'm saying, right? When you're in your divine feminine energy and you have this playfulness and this warmth and this detachment, and this security in yourself, and you're rooted in your self-worth, and you're on the pedestal, and you've discentered men, you're not doing all of that. So when they're trying to get in contact with you, and I'm busy, I'll get to it when I get to it, or he can wait, I don't care. They go crazy. They go crazy for that. Pressure. So that's like timing. You're able to play with timing in a way that you cannot play with timing when you're attached and desperate and needy and clingy and latching on. And I need love from a man. I'm craving love from a man. Very different energies. Pressure is, what's the best way to say that? Pressure is like applying pressure and detaching. Coming in closer, maybe I'll separate. Today I'm really in it with you. Maybe tomorrow I'm doing something else. Does that make sense to y'all? Playing with time and pressure. Maybe I should write this up to make it a little bit more understandable. But let me know if that lands for y'all when we're talking about being seductive. You naturally will be doing these things. You don't have to be playing games just because you have a life and you're filling your cup up, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Just because you have a life, you have self-worth, you decentered men, you're on the pedestal, you naturally will be in these vibes with these men. You're not even trying so hard. It's just what you're being. And they love it. They eat it up. Okay. Clarissa, the matriarch, said, I just came in this live and just telling everybody my business. Oh, my bad. Okay, good. Loyalty 100, you get it. Good. Devora, stuck on that dominance. It triggers my submission. Oh my God, Devora. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? Oh, yes. I love a dominant man. I probably should not even get into that. Anyway, Devora, I'll just say yes. Check. Agreed. Okay, Mrs. Sunny. Yes, Cece. Mrs. Sunny, good. Tarika said, when I order coffee, my name is Sunshine. The responses are beyond wonderful. I love it. Don't you love it? Tarika, respond. Whoever, ladies who've experienced this, maybe you've experienced it like once. Maybe you experience it on the daily. How good does it feel? That's the thing, like divine feminine energy, it feels so good. Like it just feels so good and juicy living day to day, like the day to day experience of what it's like to be living in my life now versus what it was like to be living in my life 6 months ago, a year ago, is so vastly different that, yeah, it's pretty dope. It's worth every tear. It's worth every class. It's worth every dollar. It's worth every second that I spent learning and changing and shifting and healing and working on my frequency and crying through my pain and working on my triggers and my patterns. It's worth everything. Yes, Sour Patch Keys. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So I talked about putting yourself on the pedestal of your life, decentering men. Another part of this work to step into your divine feminine energy so that you can become more seductive and magnetic is learning how to fill your own cup. Okay. Most of us, when we are stuck in our masculine energy, right? We're craving love. We're craving men. We're craving dick. And when you, craving love, craving all that. And my experience was I used men for the excitement and fulfillment in my life. Instead of me being in my divine feminine energy, me being the source of my own fulfillment, me being the source of my own joy, me being the source of my own excitement, like I can do now, I was craving a man to be my excitement, craving a man to bring me joy, craving a man to make me feel full and alive and tapped in again. Part of the work of moving into your divine feminine energy is learning to fill your own cup. You should be the source of your excitement. You should be the source of your joy. You should be the source of feeling in love and tapped in and in tune with life. How do you do that? You become obsessed with yourself. How do you become obsessed with yourself? I want you to determine what you care about. What are my passions? What are my hobbies? What are my interests? And start doing those things. That's the simple way to start becoming obsessed with yourself. Determine what it is that you want to learn, become, do, and start doing those things. A great way to start off the work, easy. Join meetups that you're interested in. Go do them. I'm a class taker. I always take classes. Take classes. Start to become obsessed with your own interests. What's your heart's desire? Do y'all know your heart's desire? What do you want to do, be, have? Out of this whole menu of choices on planet Earth, what is your heart's desire? Feel free to drop it in the chat. Go after those things, your interests, your hobbies, your desires, your heart's desire, and you will start the process of becoming obsessed with yourself so that you start to fill up your own cup and you no longer depend on men or anybody else to fill that cup for you. Finally, Free said, I got a new tattoo and a septum ring and got excited about who I am becoming. I love that for you, Finally Free. I love it. Y'all may have noticed I got my nose re-pierced. It was like a year. It was like a year without my nose re-pierced because I took it out. And it made me feel like myself again. So even little things like getting a new tattoo, getting your nose pierced because it's part of your vibe, they will help you in the becoming to being the filler of your own cup. Yes, Alina Lani, Finally Free. Yes, divorced from a narc for a year. Clap, clap, proud of you. Mrs. Sunny, love how frank you are. Am I frank? Oh, I love that. That's such a great compliment. Alina Lani, thank you. Clarissa, the matriarch, I'm trying to get out of survival mode. I'm ready to learn. I love it. Turn that pain into power. Yes, loyalty 100. Boss Lady DC. Good energy exchange is better than words. Yes, y'all. Okay, good. Oh, Soul. Hey, Soul. Soul's obsessed with herself. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's the only way to be. Like I said, I'm teaching y'all what I've been learning and doing, especially over the last 6 months. There's also stuff I've been learning and doing over the last 10, 15 years. And there are still many levels that I want to reach beyond the one that I'm at. So I am becoming more obsessed with myself. But I definitely noticed a shift. As I started to lean into me, I started to lean into what do I really desire and want out of this world? Shit changed. Okay. All right. So last note about seduction. Seduction is not chasing. We don't chase, we attract. We never chase. No, never, never, never. Seduction is not chasing, it's not performing, it's not controlling. Seduction is receiving. It's space. It's certainty. Certainty about yourself. When you are a seductive, divine, magnetic, feminine energy woman, you are sure about yourself. You are certain about yourself. You're only going to become certain and sure about yourself as you develop your worthiness and you clear out all the junk that says you are not. Okay, so once again, we always come back, do your work. So do your work. A woman who knows who she is and a woman who knows she is the reward, she moves very differently. That's a source of seduction. It's not even that you have to learn techniques. When you know who you are, when you are your own source of fulfillment, when you are your own everything, when you're on the pedestal, you just move differently. And the way that you move is supremely magnetic and seductive to the opposite sex. Point blank. Good. Okay, I'm almost done. I just stuttered. I'm almost done. Oh, thanks for the gift. Thank y'all. Thank you, Priscilla Blues. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I love the gift, y'all. I love the gift of your presence. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that we attracted to each other. And I love the gifts on screen. I'm trying to fix my hair. Okay. Alina, Lonnie, yeah, I don't chase, I attract, change your life. Yeah, absolutely. Boss Lady DC, currently working on this assignment for my mindset. I love it. Thank you for the gifts, Priscilla. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love it. Love y'all. Okay, so oh my God, I've been on an hour and a half. Okay, so I'm going to give you your homework. But before I give you your homework, we have one last section. So hang in there. Let's do our last section today, and then we'll be out. And then we can enjoy our Juneteenth and all that. Okay, so the last section before homework, daily feminine energy practices. So from day one, when I did energetic fundamentals, to today, everything that we've been talking about stepping into your divine feminine energy, getting into the pedestal of your life, decentering men, learning some basic seduction principles, everything that we've been talking about, it's a lot. It's a lot of things. I want to make a point that the foundation of everything you need to do is your healing work. Okay? So things I talked about today, if you feel like you're still in an unhealed state, doesn't matter. Work on your healing. Work on identifying, remember those open tabs of your browser? Remember? I always talk about things in terms of like computer stuff because my nerdiness. When you have a bunch of tabs open on your browser, tabs of pain, trauma, drama, stuff you haven't healed, your guilt, your shame, your frustration, living paycheck to paycheck, your stress, your anxiety, having a man in your life that doesn't belong there. When you have all these open tabs on your browser, your system is slower. You're not able to manifest in the level you want to manifest. You're not able to get what you want to give. And you certainly will not be able to enter your divine feminine energy. So despite everything that I've said, remember, you want to be doing your healing work. Bottom line, work on your nervous system. Work on closing all those open tabs in your browser, right? Okay, so that said, let's get into, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 daily feminine energy practices that you can do to ground in your divine feminine energy on the daily basis. Okay? Daniela Botticelli said, cutting off a toxic, stingy man brought me more abundance and peace in my life. Yep. When we cut off the bullshit, we rise in frequency, we attract differently. I love that for you, Daniela. Jasmine, excellent analogy. Thank you, Fine. My pleasure, Jasmine. I'm glad it made sense. Mrs. Sunny, my time is appreciated. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. This is my very honored pleasure to be here. Okay, so daily feminine energy practices. I said these are the new rituals to install in your operating system. Remember, another analogy with computers, we are just divine technology. We're just an operating system. We have hardware, we have software. Your hardware is your physical body. Your software is the code behind it, your subconscious programming. Okay, we want to upgrade everything. So to ground this new hardware, to ground this new software in your reality, I want you to practice 1, 0, all of these rituals every day. Number 1, silk robe mornings. Okay. Yesterday and many other days, I talked to you all about the importance of keeping your nails done, whether you pay for them, whether you do them free, because they're always in your line of sight and they're always sending a message to your subconscious mind about how adored and deserving and wonderful I am just because you're always seeing them. Similar to that is silk robe. There's something about a beautiful silk robe grazing your skin that makes you feel so feminine and alive and beautiful and adored. It sends that signal to your all your nervous system, all your nerve endings of softness and sweetness and luxury. Um, when you wake up in the morning, you're especially attuned with the divine. If you can wake up in the morning, and again, we've talked about your morning routine. Okay, go back and watch the replay when I post them about how to have a great morning routine. When you're doing all that work, if you can envelop your beautiful body in a beautiful silk robe that conveys a message to your subconscious mind of being adored, of being worthy of worship, of being a piece of art, dope. Okay? So, silk robe mornings, I want you to adore yourself before the world gets access. When you wake up in the morning, first thing you do, put on that silk robe. Make it beautiful. God, my hair. I want y'all to order a silk robe that makes you feel like a goddess. That's the standard. Goddess. Okay? Not something dingy and holy. It needs to be something that makes you feel like a goddess. That's it. Okay? So that's number one. Yes, by Christina V. Tarika, yeah, y'all are talking about silk robes. Love it. That's a sign. Go do it. Okay, CC, yes, write it down. Yes, Jasmine. Okay. Number two, mirror time. I'm not sure what it is, but the fact that you stare into your own eyes when you're looking into a mirror, they say that the eyes are the window to the soul. Staring into your own eyes in a mirror is like a portal. And when you can speak life into your own soul through that portal, your whole system is alivened. So what I want you to do is every day, I want you to speak to yourself through your own eyes in the mirror. Can you hear me now? Let me know. This mic may be running out of battery. Oh, okay. Thank you all for everyone telling me. Oh, yeah, I ran out. Hold on. All right. My mic died. Can you all hear me now? I'm back. Yay, I'm back. Okay. Okay, you can hear me now. Okay, good. You lost me at mirror. Okay, I said mirror time. I want you to speak to yourself in the mirror, looking in your own eyes, and tell yourself beautiful things because it's going straight into your soul. It's going straight into your subconscious mind. My example was, you're a goddess. I'm so in love with you. You're the most beautiful being I've ever seen. Nobody does it like you. Okay? Cool. Vanessa, you might cry. Good. Crying is good. Crying is healthy. Good. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? Thanks, Sheba. Everybody got the mirror work down? Yeah. Yay, the students are awake. I love it. I love it, y'all. Okay, good. All right, next. Body oiling and scent rituals. What I want y'all to do is, I don't have my real stuff here, but we'll just use this as an example. Perfume, lotion. I prefer body oil, but whatever. Perfume, body oil, body lotion. These are things we use every day, but we don't take the time to use our goddess magic with them. What I want you all to do is find a perfume that you love. I mean, love. Find a body oil that you love. I mean, love. And I want you to encode them with your affirmations. Remember, 2 days ago, we worked on doing your I am affirmations to repeat every day when you're doing your morning routine. I want you to speak those affirmations into your perfume, into your oil, into your lotion. Thanks for the gifts. What I want you to do is worship your skin with this body oil, perfume, lotion that's been encoded to your new reality. Okay, so we use lotion every day. We probably use perfume every day, but we want to encode them with our new reality. And when you're putting them on, don't want you to just mindlessly put them on. I want you to worship your skin. Not only do we want to put those affirmations, put that energy into our bodies, but our hands as women, we have healing power in our hands. Okay, so when we're doing the work of putting on the lotion, putting stuff on our skin, rubbing our breast and our body down, we are putting that healing energy into our bodies. We're putting those affirmations and that new energy and that new frequency into our skin, into our bodies. So I want you to, when you in the morning, in the evening, whatever, I want you to worship your skin, worship your body through your lotion, your oil, and your perfume. Cool? Y'all got that one? Yes. Oh, Minue, I'm so glad. Yay, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Thank you for the gift. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Okay, good. Y'all got it. Okay, good. Next is sensual dance. You may not be the best dancer in the world. Does not matter. I want you to spend some time, could be just like 2 minutes a day, in sensual dance. Why? Because your nervous system, remember, 80% of the messages in your nervous system, they're coming from your body. So we want to signal safety in the body. We want to signal divine attunement in your body. When you do sensual dance, okay, if y'all watch my page, you know that I'm learning how to do fan dancing. I'm learning how to dance with the silk fans, and I kind of suck at it. I'm not that great yet, but just me practicing gives me so much joy. I feel so divine. I feel so sensual. When you move your body in a sensual way, you're attuned to the goddess within. So take some time every day. Dance sensually. Twerk. Move your ass. Move your hips. It does the body good. Okay? I said, let your hips remind you that you're alive. Yes, exactly, Jasmine. So good for sacral chakra healing. Absolutely. Yes, Jasmine. Oh, that's funny. Sour Patch Key says, talking to my water for my organs and now my lotion for the skin glow. Got it. Yes, absolutely. You can't help but smile while doing it. Yes, Jasmine. Yes. Okay, next, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is phone-free mornings. So I know I've been talking about this. Do not wake up and scroll, okay? When you wake up and scroll, you are giving that divine time that's for you and your creator over to the world. You're letting the world reprogram yourself for the next day, and you're completely abandoning your seat, your pedestal, right? When you wake up in the morning, at least 10 minutes, don't scroll, don't grab your phone. Spend time in silence with you and your inner goddess, you and your divine masculine shield, you and your beingness. That time is for you to rise and to grow and to imprint your field with new emotions, a new frequency, a better field. Okay? So phone-free mornings, number 5. Number 6, slow down. Slow down. A hallmark of divine feminine energy is that she is slow. Slow is seductive. Slow is high frequency. Slow down. Start in the mornings, have slower mornings. Do not rush. Does that mean you need to go to bed earlier? Probably. Does that mean you need to wake up earlier? Probably. You need to live slower. Yesterday we talked about having a Sabbath every week where you slow down, you just restore your energy. Today's a holiday. Slow down. How many of y'all have 5, 6, 7, 11 things planned for the day? Slow down. If you need rest, rest. I don't know what that is. Decline. Ugh. What? Okay. Slow down. You may have 4 or 5, Queen Me Hope said. Yeah, maybe you move that down to 1 or 2, okay? Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. And the last thing, number 7 of the daily feminine energy practices that I want you to do is journal. We talked about these other days. We've been doing journaling exercises. I want you all to journal. Journal is not just an exercise of writing my thoughts down on a piece of paper. The act of transferring your thoughts and your emotions, moving things from the brain and the heart to writing them down on a piece of paper, you're actually transferring energy so that you can clear space and you can also imprint things. Okay, so journaling is a spiritual exercise that allows you to remove and add things into your energetic field. So I want you to do feminine journaling. I want you to take some time to work with your journal every day. Cool? Okay, so those are 7 daily feminine energy practices that you can do to ground all the energy that we've been working on. Queen Me Hope, misstep 4 and 5. Don't worry. Oh, that's what you meant. Hold on, I'll read them again. Give me 1 second. Priscilla, we do no cell phone Sundays. I love that. I think that's beautiful. Oh, yes. Okay, give me a second. Perfect timing, user, blah. Yes, Shawnee, hey. Oh my goodness. No. Who are these people inviting me to stuff? Love it. Okay, so let me give them again. Number 1, Silk Robe Mornings. Why are these things happening? When people invite you to co-host, I don't know. I have to change some setting, I guess. Okay, number 1, Silk Robe Mornings. Number 2, Mirror Time. Number 3, Body Oiling and Scent Rituals. Number 4, Sensual Dance. Number 5, Phone-Free Mornings. Number 6, Slowness, Slow Down. And number 6, Feminine Journaling. Is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my God, there's 7. Y'all got them, though. I missed the numbers somehow. Y'all got it? I'm glad, Kia Cassie. You're welcome, Queen Me Hope. Feminine journaling, Murray. Journal. Use your journal. Journal. You're going to be doing work. There's all kinds of work. I've been doing work for 10, 15 years, and I still do work daily. There's work you need to be doing. Use your journal. You're welcome, Jasmine. Okay, so for homework, today was day 7. If you're just joining us, hi, my name is Felian. I work on helping you align with your divine feminine energy so you can attract a very different life. This was my experience. I teach from what I know, not just theory and stuff. But yes, today is day 7. We've been walking through the process of working on our nervous system, working on our healing, working on changing our frequency, removing stuck energy from our field, and imprinting new energy into our field to align with a very new life. And today we talked we started to talk about divine feminine energy embodiment. I really hope that y'all got a lot out of this series. Like I said, I love to teach this stuff. I feel like this is why I came to the planet, to teach this stuff. Not only has it changed my whole life, it's important for the planet. So it's time for the feminine to rise. It's time for the planet to rise. And it's only going to rise if the feminine is in a higher state. Divine masculine, they need to rise too, but they're going to take your leading as women. As you do your work and rise, that's when they're going to rise. So the whole world is waiting on us. Yes? Okay, so if you like the work that I do, like I said, next Thursday, the 26th, I'm teaching a class all about nervous system rewiring. It's called Rewire Your Nervous System for Safety so you can step out of survival mode and into your divine feminine energy. Like I said, it's only $99, but I only have 20 seats. So link in the bio if you're interested. If not, follow me for more. I love lives. I love teaching this material. So chances are I'm going to do this series again, and I will upload these to YouTube when I can get around to it. And if you follow me, I will put the link in my bio when I get around to it. Okay? All right, so let me give you your homework. That said, I want you all to, number 1, okay, the homework is going to anchor this shift. Okay, so hopefully you made some shifts today over the last 7 days. Let's anchor the energy. Number 1, I want you to define your embodied aura identity. I want you to write down, this is your feminine journaling. You can start with this. I want you to write down how the embodied, radiant version of you walks, talks, moves, dresses, thinks. This is the most important one. How does she think? And how does she respond? How does she respond to life? How does she respond to disrespect? How does she respond to male attention, female attention? How does she respond? So I want you to write out your new level identity, your new level aura. How does she walk, talk, move, dress, think, and respond? Yes? Got it? Okay, Cece got it. Good. Number 2 of your homework, the pleasure hour. Yesterday, we talked about the fact that goddesses know that pleasure is the path, not the reward. Pleasure is not the reward we get for hard work. Pleasure is the way that we attune our magnets to be more attractive to the beautiful things of life. Pleasure is how we get there. So what I want you to do, number 2 of your homework, I want you to take 1 full hour today. Today's Juneteenth. You can find 1 fucking hour. I want you to take 1 full hour and pour into yourself. Whatever way that looks. Oh, thank you, Cece. Thank you. 1 full hour of pouring into yourself. Maybe you take an hour bubble bath. Maybe you take an hour walk. Maybe you take an hour to journal about your new level identity. Maybe you take an hour to masturbate. I don't care. Take an hour of pleasure just for yourself. By the way, you should be having an orgasm a day. I'm just going to say that. Okay, we didn't really talk about that over this. There's so many things we didn't have time to talk about, but orgasms ground you into your healthy nervous system. They ground you into a sense of safety. If you can have a healthy, beautiful orgasm once a day, you'll be doing so much good for your nervous system. Okay? So 1 hour of pleasure today. Take 1 full hour today to pour into yourself. Pour into yourself emotionally, sensually, spiritually. Dance, bathe, nap, journal, oil your body. Whatever works for you. Okay, so that's number 2. And number 3, I want you to make a no more list. Okay, in your journal, I want you to make a list of the patterns, habits, energies that must be released for your feminine energy to rise. What you're tolerating, no more. Your no more list. Okay, so you remember what you're stepping out of. No more. No more. No more. Cool? That's it, y'all. Thank you. This has been great. I adored having y'all here. I hope you adored having me here. Yes, period. Period, CC. Yes, absolutely. Okay. I'm so glad you're here, CC. So grateful. Yeah, you're on the right track. If you're here, you're on the right track. I am Duality said you've been working on myself and doing much work, and this was definitely helpful and needed. My pleasure. You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. Thank you, Deandra. I'm glad this was good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. All your favorite topics, Andrea. Rack. Today was day 7, Rack. Oh, yeah. Today's the first day of your new life. I love that. I love it. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Loyalty 100. Love it. Love it. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody? Oh, all these. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Yes, Devora. Love it, Devora. Yes, Daniela, you're welcome. You're welcome, Tarika. You're welcome, Rack. You're welcome, Sour Patch Keys. You're welcome. Welcome, Queenie Hope. You're welcome, Loyalty 100. I'm so glad that y'all are here. Let's do it again. I'm tired of being a little man. Loyalty 100. Yeah, for real. I love it. Shawnee Lynn, I'm so glad you loved it. You're welcome. Oh, you're welcome. I can't even get all of y'all. Everyone's so welcome. What I think is that we should do it again. I'll put them up on YouTube, but I think I will teach them again because why not? I love it. So follow me for more. Check out the link in my bio if y'all are interested in my workshop, and I will see you on the flip side, and let's do it again. We can always go higher. Okay? All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Have a good Juneteenth. If I can turn this off.